Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to things I missed about Germany while in the United States. Let's jump in.
Videos, I've talked about some of the foods and the In a few of my videos, I've talked about some of the foods and the cultural things that I miss about the US while living here in Germany, and I will link to those videos down in the description below, but today I'm going to be turning the topic around. Hey everyone, I'm Donna and you're watching Wanted Adventure Living Abroad. I spent most of my January in the US this year, and so now here are some of the things that I missed most about Germany while over there. I noticed that very first thing that I missed about Germany on my first day back in the US. My parents picked me up from the airport and we went straight to a restaurant out to eat, where I sat there freezing my butt off because the restaurant was so cold. Yes, I was jet lagged and tired, and so that never helps with keeping your body warm, but still, I remembered that's right, in the US, they keep the AC in the restaurants on so low, so the AC turned up high, the temperature turned down low, that you sit there freezing the whole time. This is something that I did appreciate when I was a waitress working in the US in a restaurant, but not so much as a patron. When you're just sitting there and you're not running around sweating, It gets pretty cold. Now in Germany, I really appreciate and miss those kind of normal temperature restaurants. Yes, in the summer, not all restaurants have AC. So for a few weeks in the summer, some of the restaurants here get pretty hot. But I would still prefer that to freezing the rest of the year. As far as food goes, I missed my pretzel breakfast. So here in Germany, I do often have on the weekend pretzels, onions, and Obatster for breakfast.
Wow, that is interesting.
Of course, while I was in the US,
pretzel for breakfast. Pretzel for breakfast. That is actually very interesting. Never thought about that. Pretzel for breakfast.
3 weeks, I definitely did enjoy my mom's homemade pancakes and waffles, but I realized that if I moved away from Germany, I would definitely miss my pretzel breakfasts. But one question, I was thinking about it, Obatster is a Bavarian thing, right? So can you not get frozen pretzels and Obatster in the store in the rest of Germany? Is this something that I really have to stay only in Munich and Bavaria for? And I also missed my bubbly water, which is funny because actually when I first met Mr. German Man, I was here in Germany and I asked him for some water. He handed me a bottle. I took a big chug gulp out of it and then started coughing and choking because I was not expecting it to be bubbly. I did not like bubbly water at all at the beginning.
That is funny.
But now it has really
it's the best thing invented by humans. And I'm telling you, bubbly water, man, the best thing ever. Best thing ever. It's very good. It's very good. I make my bread this morning. It is nice and fluffy and they're crunchy on the outside. I was thinking to just try the pretzel again. Usually my pretzels are very good, but I don't know why it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look kind of golden. So I need to figure out, and I need to really figure out what it is that makes it not nice and golden. I think it's baking soda, but then again, when I do my baking soda, they still don't look like that
on me, and I love the stuff. And so while I was in the US, I went into just one specialty store and happened to find Gerolsteiner, and I just couldn't help but buy a few bottles. Language-wise, I really missed being able to speak Denglish. So people often ask me, what language do you and Mr. German Man speak at home? And I would say we really speak this mix of the two languages, this just haphazard mix, Denglish, which I also really like to speak with my friends here in Germany, my German friends and my American friends or friends from anywhere around the world. We speak this lazy version of English German. It's just so easy because we speak both languages and then we can just say whichever word pops into our mind first. We can say it. You know, I can say sentences like, eigentlich, I wanted to go to the Amt today, aber es war zu voll. You know, I can say that and they get exactly what I mean. It's a really bad habit though.
It is a bad habit. It is a bad habit. It's the same with Spanglish. Because what happens is you start creating like a broken system of the language. You see what I'm saying? You start creating like a very broken language. It's not recommended. It's not recommended. And also it doesn't help the brain. What you end up doing is just speaking like a lazy language of both. You start speaking like very lazy English or Deutsch. So it's not recommended, guys.
Because as I realized when I went back to the US, it's something that I really missed. And I also missed being able to just tune everybody out around me. You know, when I'm on the tram or in a cafe and I'm reading or working, here in Germany, I can just kind of tune out the German and just not even hear it. But I can't do that with English. And I realized that really quickly in the US again this time. You know, no matter where I was, whether I wanted to listen to the conversations around me or not, I didn't really have a choice. My brain just kind of listens to them. So I really missed, just being able to zone out. As far as getting places goes, I really miss things being a walkable distance away from me. Here in Germany, I've really learned to love to walk. If I have the time, instead of taking public transportation, I will walk clear across Munich to get to wherever I need to go. And I really miss that I couldn't do that in the US. So wherever I've lived in the US, things have either been too far to walk to, or you have to walk along these really loud, really busy streets, and it's just
very
not
dangerous.
so pleasant.
Yeah, and it's very dangerous because the highways it's very dangerous, guys. That's what it is. It's so dangerous.
And lastly, I miss being in such an international environment. You know, while I was in the US for those 3 weeks, I did meet a lot of people, and I would say 99.9% of them, no, all of them, I would say all of the people I met while I was there were other Americans, which is really cool, of course. You know, Americans are great, don't get me wrong. But for me, it's a lot of fun to meet people from other cultures, other countries. I love talking to them and getting to know their worldview and finding out, what it's like to be from wherever they're from. And here in Germany, in Munich at least, you know, you're just a few hours away from different countries. And so I get to meet people from all over the place. And for me, that's just really fun and really interesting. And anyway, I'm from the US, so if I go out here in Germany and meet another German, for me, that's also a cultural experience, you know? So for me, it keeps things interesting. I really like that. So my question for you is, what have you missed about a country that you didn't grow up in? So maybe you studied abroad there, maybe you went there on vacation, and then you left. After you left, what did you miss about that place? Especially,
you know what's crazy? I was gonna say I like when I was in Bulgaria. I like the classical music. Italy was the feeling of being like in a medieval town, and just having that feeling of just taking a siesta whenever I wanted. I miss that. And Bulgaria I was so close to this theater where they would just play classical music. I was like, man, this is where the hell I can just find this here in the middle of Wisconsin. Those things, and the food was cheap too, so that's another one. Yeah, clearly I need to just stay a little longer in some of these places. And the food was good too. I remember Italian food was very good. Bulgaria was good too. It was kind of confusing. Their food was confusing as hell. I don't know. Well, let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. Hey, I have Germans here that live in the United States. I know for a fact I have people from Germany that live in the United States. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.